In this video, we're going to talk about why you don't ever push someone this far. And the reveal in this comic book issue will be interesting to say the least. But alrighty then, this is a comic book review of Rat City, issue number 13, brought to you by RatedComics. Let's get to it. So previously in Rat City, powerless and on the run, the deviant is pushed too far and his true power is revealed. So we get a flashback of the University of Dubai in 2107. Malcolm is inviting Arif to go out to the cafe tonight. But Arif is like, man, I really need to finish this satellite analysis. My advisor wants it in the morning. So Malcolm is like, man, there you go again, making us look bad. And they joke about one having a billionaire for a father, which is Malcolm, and Arif having a millionaire uncle. But Arif really wished he could have gone with him that night, because what happened that night put Arif on a path, but at least he would have had the joy of going out to the cafe. So we get a flashback of in Alat, Azerbaijan, where the uncle is talking to Fidan about, hey man, thank you so much for taking care of us. And the uncle's like, man, you are family. I'm going to take care of you. That's the promise I made to you and Arif when you were young, and I will keep that promise. And we get this sus looking security guard just, turning away from the conversation, but he's on guard. So the uncle tells Fidan right here, even though Fidan looks a little bit like Quinlan, this is your new home. It's a lot to get used to with the guards and all, but you know what? A man like me needs to protect his family. That's why I do all this. And the uncle tells Fidan, but don't tell your cousin this, but I'd rather have you around than him. And they have a funny moment right there. It's just bonding, and who knows if he's serious or not. But Arif is calling Fidan, and the uncle's like, hey man, take that call, do your thing. I need to look over some paperwork, all right? Send Arif my love, okay? Thanks, uncle. I love you too. So Fidan walks away and goes to talk to Arif. And the uncle's like, yes, I could watch my stories. And I don't know how Instagram stories are looking like in the future, but maybe that's what he's talking about. Fidan tells Virgil, don't watch over me, and Virgil, the sus bodyguard, is like, you don't get to leave my compound. It is my job, all right? So Fidan talks to Arif, and even though the conversation was so mundane, maybe even stupid, until something happened. That unfortunate thing happened to Fidan. And all Arif can do is just yell in anguish and in terror and in pain, just like, what the heck? I'm so far away. At least if he would have went to that cafe, he would have had that quality time spent with his friends. But seeing this while he was doing some work, that is just adding some layers to this complexity of anger right here. So his mind was racing. Who the hell were these people? And what do they want with Fidan? So he does a facial recognition analysis, and he sees that they're all related to the coalition forces identified. So in Azerbaijan in 2090, this is where they're going back to it. It was collateral damage that was done, according to Arif. That's what the coalition said when they killed their parents. So their uncle comes in, and that's how they get adopted by their uncle right there. So now we're the boys now. This is it. We're doing our thing. And you notice that the coalition right there is also the coalition that Agent Reese Rice and Peter Kayan were part of in Rat City issue number 1. I just realized that right now. So the uncle adopts him after the collateral damage in Azerbaijan. And now both Fidan and Ellis are gone, and he has nothing but his rage, as Arif is just there with his own sorrow, just marinating in it. So he goes to Paris, Istanbul, and the moon base Alpha. He knew the names of those murderers that murdered Fidan, and he memorized their faces, and he scoured the earth, he scoured the world, even off-world, for information on them. And he learned he wasn't the only person who had a loss at their hands. 4 of them were killed that very same night, as he looks at the coalition, and that left 2, and he was going to find them both. So he goes to Portugal, and he asks people how someone like him in computer science, a loving brother, a nephew, and a friend, how could he become so hell-bent on murder? It's simple, as he takes a one-way ticket to New York. Take everything away from that someone, take everyone away from them, and there is no anchor holding them to sanity or morality, as he boards a one-way ticket to Rat City. And that is the name for this hellhole. Owen Reyes and Peter Kayan, they are there from the coalition. He wants answers. What is very striking to him, that even in the most powerful country in the world, how do people live like this in such poverty? So as he's in his taxi cab, and the driver is asking if he speaks English, like, yeah, I do speak English, but the taxi cab driver has to come to an abrupt stop. And when he comes to that abrupt stop, the man is going to get this brother killed. And Arif is like, what the heck are you doing? But as he looks out the window and we see the deviant Peter K-Yarn holding Reese, he notices as he turns and he's like, no way, that is Owen Reese right there? What happened to his face? And that's going back to the earlier issues of Rat City. I don't know if it's 3 or 4 or 5, but you remember those panels because I do. At least if you follow this channel and you watch all the reviews on Rat City. So he's like, nah, stop the car, cab driver. This is my chance to get those murderous bastards right there. Because the coalition murdered his family. That's a pretty strange tie-in right there, but a pretty powerful one right there as well. And he wants to put them all through the pain that they caused him, so he gives them a chase. But he loses them in that chase too, and he wonders, how could I have lost them? They were right here. So he apologizes to Fadon, he apologizes to his uncle, he apologizes to Ellis. He's failed them, you know? And then off panel, we get this random voice. You have failed no one, Arif or Met. What? Who's there? We are here and we can help you. You may call us the Progeny. You know, bro is going crazy when a dog and a cat with green eyes looking like the Poltergeist Pet Cemetery style is talking to him like that. And even Arif has to state the obvious too. Like, is he going crazy talking to a dog and a cat? And they're like, no, you're not going crazy. You have been blessed. Blessed? How? And why you gotta tilt the heads like that? That's some horror movie stuff right there. I ain't ready for all that. So they tell him, we are but 2 of 6, but we are still quite powerful. We can provide you with what you seek most in the world. Follow us and you will see. What do you have to lose? Tying it into, you lost everything already, so what more can you lose but to follow us? So now we go back into the present of Rat City, exactly where we left off in Rat City issue number 12. Peter K-Yarn is like, look, I worry about the other people in the PTS building, but I was blowing up before I could try to help anyone. Dr. Bose set off that explosion, but I'll sure as hell be blamed for it, alright? So we get this fiery dragon right there. Whatever that's going to represent, maybe that's Dr. Bose, or maybe that's just the dragon of fire that he endured in that explosion. We shall see. But Bose incinerated himself and everyone else. And for what? At least the suit is still protecting him. But where the hell is this going to take me now? So we get a tie-in of previous events from the coalition, from Peter K-Yarn's history that's going to catch up with them now, but we don't know what's going to happen after that explosion. But that is the end of Rat City issue number 13. Don't ever push someone this far. The reveal, even though it's not quite the reveal, but we get a little snippet of what may be coming, or just a little hint of it. But what you guys think of the comic book? Comment below, let me know, and also link in description if you wish to add this comic book and or any of our other limited print rated comic exclusives to add to your comic book collection. Support the art, support the industry. With all that being said, thank you again for watching. Till the next upload.